Thank you for coming, and thank you, Sundar Mataji, for inviting me to visit ISKCON Houston. I mean, ISKCON Tucson.
Someday it'll be as big as this Houston.
So we'd like to welcome His Holiness, Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj. He was visiting in Phoenix. He was visiting in Phoenix, and so now he's kindly agreed to travel from Phoenix to Tucson to give us a visit. So Maharaj joined the Hare Krishna movement in 1974.
Correct.
And he was initiated by Srila Prabhupada in Venezuela. For 20 years he's been traveling, preaching in USA and also in South America. He currently serves as one of the regional managers of the South American area in our movement. We're really happy to have him. Previously when he comes, he always speaks really wonderful activities and pastimes of Krishna. He has beautiful poetry. He's published, I think, some poetry books and also a new book that just came out about Prabhupada and Vedas. So we're happy to have him.
Well, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Om. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So those who don't know me, I was born in Middle East, Syria, Aleppo, Syria. My parents were Christians, and they immigrated from Syria to Venezuela when I was a kid, 2 years old. And I grew up there in Venezuela. But they returned to Syria when I was 9, so I went to school and I learned Arabic and French. I can speak Arabic and write and read Arabic and little French too. Huh?
I can't translate in English if you speak in French.
No. When I go France, I was in France last year. I say a few words in French, not that much. Anyway, the idea is that Prabhupada visited. The only visit of Prabhupada to South America, it happened in February 75, 50 years ago. So this is like an anniversary, you know. So I published a book in both in English and Spanish about Prabhupada's visit to South America. So I'm bringing it to you today. The book is titled Srila Prabhupada in Venezuela. Now Venezuela became recently famous in the news, not in a good way. You know that. Through an invasion and all this stuff, and bad government there and all this stuff. I was this year in Venezuela. I visited the devotees. Was not easy to travel there. There were only a few countries have flight. And only I went from Trinidad only on Saturday, both ways. So, but they were happy. They received me very nicely. We have a nice temple there, ISKCON temple, and many nice devotees. So, was very enlivening. And so, this book about Srila Prabhupada has like more than 30 color pictures of his visit there, and all the conversation and lectures he gave every evening. He decided to give only lecture on the evening, Srimad Bhagavatam, and he said other devotee can give Bhagavad Gita in the morning. He switched up this tradition usually we have in ISKCON. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I came to Krishna consciousness, how I came in touch with Prabhupada, how I came to know him personally too. Before I was born, my parents had three more children, and they died because of sickness at the age of 2 or less. So they went to church and they prayed to God, if the next son survived that, we will offer him for your service, and we will dress him as a Christian monk for 3 years. So from the age of 2 to 5, I was dressed like a little monk with a robe and everything. So Anyway, so when I was 14, my parents were going to send me to Lebanon to study in a monastery there to become a monk, you know. That was their intention. But that year they decided to go back to South America, so I decided rather to go back with them. So I didn't go to become a monk. When I became a monk eventually, but not a Christian monk or Hare Krishna monk. Uh, anyway, to make a long story short, once I asked the Christian priest, I read the Bible and it said that we are made in the image of God. Can you please tell me how God looks like? He said, oh, that's a mystery. Nobody have seen God. I thought, how he knows? Maybe he didn't ask everybody in the planet. Maybe somebody must know how God looks like. Anyway, so I decided, because in the Bible I also read that Jesus said, there are more truth to be told, but you are not ready to understand. Search for the truth and it will make you free. So, okay, he's telling, if you don't find it here, look somewhere else. And in that search in South America, I came in touch with yoga, started practicing yoga, became vegetarian at the age of 18, 19. You know? So then a friend of mine gave me a small book of Prabhupada book and started reading that. I immediately became interested about Bhakti yoga. So a friend of mine told me they are inaugurating a new yoga center in Bogota, Colombia, another country. They invited us. Let's go. Okay, we went there. And we met many friends there, and we were having dinner at the restaurant, vegetarian restaurant they have. And we were sharing ideas, philosophy. So they asked me to say something. And I told them, look, do you see through the window this big building? This is made by man. And do you see here on the table this fragrant, beautiful red roses? These are made by God. If God can make such beautiful things, imagine how beautiful must be God. But unfortunately, I don't know him yet. But I promise you, I will come to know him in truth. I will surrender my life to him. My friends, oh, that's very spiritual, nice thought. But please don't become too spiritual on us. We don't want to lose you. Anyway, after a few days, we went back to Venezuela and walking in the capital, Caracas, with a friend, we met one devotee, new devotee, and we had a talk with him and he invited to the temple. He said, oh, nice, you practice yoga, you will like it. We read Bhagavad Gita, we chant mantras, there is dancing, kirtan, and vegetarian food offered to the Lord, prasad. Please come, you will like it. We say, we are interested in these things. We are gonna go. And I remember the first thing when I entered a temple, I asked the devotees, for you, how God looks like. They were confident, smiling. They showed me beautiful big oil painting of Radha Krishna. Krishna playing the flute. Behind him was a cow. There were peacocks around, even monkeys. The river Yamuna with beautiful lotus flowers. And they told me, this is God, here is God. And I look at the painting in surprise, in amazement, and happiness, because finally somebody has an answer. Because in the yoga, they said, oh, God's energy everywhere, you know. Everything is God, everything is one, you know. But that didn't convince me much, really. I wanted to know personally how God looks like. We are made in his image, so he must have a form. Of course, sometime in Christian religion, they paint him as an old man, no? Like the famous artist Michelangelo. He painted God as an old man, creating man. You've seen it, no? In the Sistine Chapel. And I thought to myself, why they paint God as an old man? Well, maybe because the Bible said he created the universe. So that must be very long time ago. For the time being, he must be old. Or if he's the father of Jesus, he must look older than Jesus. But God is a spirit, isn't it? He doesn't have physical body like our body, so he never gets old. eternally young and beautiful. He never gets old because he doesn't have material body made of flesh and bones like our bodies. So that description of God as Krishna fascinated me immediately. I was immediately attracted to it, and I started visiting the temple, started chanting Hare Krishna. They gave me, one day I went early to the Mangal Arati, 4:30 in the morning. They gave me beads, and I started chanting. In few days, I was chanting 16 rounds. In few days, was something like I knew from before. I was reconnecting again. It was like magic, you know. And one day I could not stop chanting. I chanted for like 6, 7 hours non-stop, and I had an amazing experience, out of body experience, amazing experience. Krishna, I look at the Krishna's picture and I felt energy entering my body. It was an amazing experience. Convinced me completely. So I thought, this is it. This is what I was looking for. So I told my parent, tomorrow I'm gonna go to the temple, become Hare Krishna monk. They weren't happy about it, I assure you. My mother was crying, you're my favorite son. I don't want to lose you. You know, I had a hard time to have you. Please don't go. My father tried to bribe me. I will buy you a new car. Don't make your mother suffer. All the stuff, you know. But I told them, you should be happy that I'm going. Why? We don't want you to go. Because I'm helping you to fulfill your promise to God. You made the promise to God, isn't it? Before I was born, to save me from death. So this is the opportunity you got to fulfill your promise. They say, well, we meant the Christian God, not the Hindu God. I told them we should have been more specific there. God is not Christian, Hindu, or Muslim anyway. He's only one God. It may have different name, but the same God. I said, don't worry. If I don't like it, I will come back. Oh, okay, come back soon. I just said that to pacify them. I didn't have intention to leave the temple. Anyway, after a few weeks, they came for a visit to the temple. I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters. They still live in Venezuela. I visited them recently. And they came to visit me. And I showed the temple, gave them the food, the nice prasad, vegetarian food. They like it too. They like it everything. So they were smiling and they were talking with me nicely, everything. And I asked them, in my excitement to come to the temple, I forgot to give you the temple address. How did you find it? I mean, the temple was only 1 year old in all South America. Wasn't in the yellow pages. There was no internet at that time. I asked, how did you find it? They said, my younger sister told me, I will tell you the truth. Not knowing how to do it, we went to see a psychic. And by showing your picture, he sent the ghost, and the ghost found the address for us. That's how we could come to the temple. I said, well, that's far out, really. They say, yeah. I told them that's great. The ghost did service. He brought you to the temple. You know? So anyway, then my mother started chanting Hare Krishna. She became vegetarian. I visited the Mexico temple, invited me a few years later. And I gave the Sunday class there. You know, Mexico is a big city, like 300-400 people were attending the Sunday feast class. And one devotee made a VHS video of the whole thing, and he gave me a copy. So I gave it to my father to watch it. My father was watching, and then started calling his friend. He told his friend, oh, somebody brought me a very nice video from Mexico. Would you like to see it? What's about? A surprise. You have to come to if you want to know. So out of curiosity, many of his friends came to his home, and he put the video on. And then, you know, I'm playing the music, you know, people asking questions, you know. Anyway, and he told his friend, look, my son became a bishop in the Hare Krishna religion. He was very proud. You know? He became a bishop. Anyway, so that's a story. Then a year later, Prabhupada came to Venezuela. I came to know him personally at that time. By reading his book, when I read this book, Sri Sopanishad, I completely accepted him in my heart as my eternal guru. He convinced me of all the wrong ideas of impersonalism, and God has no form. He defeated all these wrong ideas. And I was completely convinced that the message was real, was bona fide, was true. Everything was true. Uh, so he stayed 7 days in Venezuela, and during those 7 days, many wonderful things happened. Many wonderful things he said. I'm going to tell you a few of them. The book is available. You can acquire the book. I can sign it for you if you like. I brought with me a few copies for those who like to have it. And I will share some anecdotes with you. Prabhupada arrived on February 18, was Advaita Acharya appearance day. And after the night he arrived, were more than 60 devotees who came from all over South America, Brazil, Argentina, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Mexico. They came to be with him for those 7 days and got initiated by him. I got initiated at that time also, personally by him. And the night he arrived, he looked at the altar. We have Gornitai, beautiful Gornitai deities. And Prabhupada said, it is so nice that we have tonight with us these two Prabhus. He was facing them face to face. And he said, there is a nice song. Can you follow me? He wanted to sing a song for them. And the song is a beautiful song by Lochandas Thakur, which says, Paramo Koruna Pahondui Jana Nitai Gaura Chanda Tabavatar Sarashiromani Kevala Nanda Kanda. That God Nitai and Parama Karuna, supremely merciful, are the best of the Dvija, the best of the Brahmanas, and the great jewel of all avatars, because they came to bring a simply blissful process. Kevala Ananda Kanda. Blissful process. And what is that? Chanting, dancing, hearing about Krishna, and feasting. It's a very blissful process. But as soon as Prabhupada said the first two words, Paramo Karuna, his voice shocked. He couldn't sing anymore. He closed his eyes, laid his head back in the asana, and we saw a stream of tears coming from his eyes. All the room was completely silent. What for us was an amazing experience to see pure devotee in ecstasy. It was the first time we see something like this. And after a few moments, Prabhupada opened up his eyes looked shining, and he told us, Paramo Karuna, Lord Chaitanya is so merciful. Because if he would have come to kill demons like Krishna did, practically speaking, nobody will be left in Kali Yuga. He said, in Kali Yuga, the demon and the devotees are living in the same body, meaning the mentality. And Lord Chaitanya came to kill the evil mentalities of people by this Harinam Sankirtan, by this chanting and the association of devotees. And he told us, concluding, now you are very fortunate, you got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, distribute the mercy to others. Wasn't amazing. We couldn't sleep at night talking about how fortunate we were to be in the presence of a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. And we wake up very early, and every morning he will go to the park, and we will go with him. Amazing thing happened in the park. I will tell you some of them. One of them was one lady greeted Prabhupada in the park, telling him, Buenos dias, Señor. He didn't know Spanish, so he asked what that means. We told him, good morning. Next person who greeted him, he answered to them in clear Spanish, Buenos dias. We were shocked. He immediately learned the Spanish. And we spoke with the Metaphysical Society, and he used also Spanish word. He said, alma super alma, means soul and super soul. And in Sanskrit is Atma and Paramatma. In Spanish, alma, super alma. Anyway, in the park, uh, also, he hears some birds crying. So he asked that, why they're crying? We said, because they are encaged. They are in cages. Only birds? He said, no, there is a full zoo here. Would you like to see it, Prabhupada? Yeah, yes, let's go there. So we walked toward the zoo part of the park. A huge park, has many lakes and, many swans and dogs, all kinds of things. And Prabhupada stopped to see the crocodiles swimming in the pond. And one of the crocodiles raised his head and looked at Prabhupada and opened his jaw, big tooth like this, And Prabhupada spoke to the crocodile. He told him, you have very good arguments to catch, but no opportunity to do it. Then he looked at us. He's inviting one of you, come here. Who's gonna go? And then one morning, Jai Shishi Gormitai ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Jai Shishi Radha Krishna. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna make this quick. We have a few minutes. One day, one lawyer came to work. Actually, he was helping the movement for free. He said, I'm not charging. I want to help you establish legally the movement, everything. He will help us a lot. And he started chanting. So he came to the park to be with Prabhupada. And we called him Big Bolivar. He was, big guy. And he asked some nice question. He asked Prabhupada, why we see that there is some similarities between the pre-Hispanic culture in South America and old ancient India. There is some similarities. Why is that? And Prabhupada told him that's because previously the old planet was following, the Vedic tradition, the Vedic culture. And in the course of time, they gave it up, they forgot it. And he said something amazing. He said that Lord Ramchandra went to Brazil. We said, really, Prabhupada? He said, yes. He said that all the gold was in Sri Lanka, all the buildings were covered by gold. And this gold was coming from the mines of Brazil, Prabhupada said. He said that Ravana made a tunnel 5,000 miles long under the sea. And he was bringing all this gold through this tunnel. And he had a brother who lived in Brazil named Mahir Ravana. And this Mahir Ravana kidnapped Lord Ramachandra while sleeping from underneath the earth and took him through this tunnel to Brazil with the idea to sacrifice him in front of Goddess Kali. They were worshipping Goddess Kali. So they asked Lord Ramachandra, Prabhupada was telling us all this thing. They asked Ramachandra to bow down in front of Kali. And Ramachandra told them, I'm a prince, I don't know how to do it. Can you show me how it is done? So all the demons bowed their head, and Lord Ramachandra took a sword and chopped off the head of the demon. The Ramayana said that Hanuman was hiding behind Kali, and he took a sword and helped him up. That's all in the Ramayana. Of course, the name Brazil is not in the Ramayana, it's a new name. But I made research to find more about Brazil, and I found some very interesting things. The ancient name of Brazil was, I found out, Pindo Rama. The name Rama is in the name of the country. And Pindo comes from Pinda, which means offerings. Offerings to Ram. So another interesting thing I found out, there is an abandoned, very ancient city in the middle of the jungle in the Amazon named Hanuman. It is in the maps, in old maps. So that proves that definitely Lord Ramachandra and Hanuman has something to do with Brazil. So I met one Brazilian devotee. I told him this. He was very interested. He said, "Oh, well, let me tell you something," he said. "We are all Brazilian descendants of the demon Mahiravana. So when we become devotees, at the beginning we have some difficulty chanting properly the name Rama. We say Rama, Rama. We can't do it properly because we are descendants of Mahiravana. But when we chant enough, we get purified, and we can chant it nicely." Or maybe he was joking. I don't know, but anyway, it's interesting. And in Venezuela, there is the highest waterfall in the world, and it's called Angel Fall. One aviator, American aviator named Angel, he saw it the first time, so they gave it his name. And do you know what is the name of the mountain where the water falls from? Churu Meru. Meru is a mountain in a celestial planet. How they knew this name Meru in the ancient inhabitants of those lands. So there was a connection, definitely there was a connection between India and South America. First time I went to Peru, the devotees showed me a temple of the sun god. And they saw me here, there was a statue made of gold of the sun god. And the Spaniard, when they came, they stole everything, they melted everything, they took away everything. And I told the devotee, imagine if instead of the Spaniard will come to Peru, the Indus will have come first. What will have happened? It's just a supposition. The Incas will tell the Indians, "Oh, we worship here the sun god. Don't bother us with your religion." "Oh, that's wonderful. You worship the sun god? That's great. He's a disciple of Krishna. Krishna spoke to him Bhagavad Gita many years ago. That's wonderful. Let's worship the sun god together. And then we chant Hare Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita." They like it that. Anyway, it has been a different story, you know. Anyway, so there are much more in the book. And if you like, you can acquire it. I can sign it for you. You can pay cash or Zelle as you like, whatever. I want you to have the book if you like to. It's a historical account of Prabhupada's unique and only visit to South America. Very unknown stories, pastimes of Prabhupada there. So, and all the conversation he had with metaphysical group, yoga group, university professor, even psychiatrist, is complete here in the index. Everything is here. And not only that, the book is also in Spanish. Those who speak Spanish, prefer Spanish, I have it in Spanish too. And I brought you other books in English when times get tough. This has poetry and short stories. You will like it too. And this book, other books are in Spanish. Wonderful Krishna, and also about the times get tough in Spanish. So plenty of variety if you can choose from. So thank you very much. Now you have questions or comment, please do. Maybe we have a few more minutes before Arati. Yes.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for coming. I have two questions. One is, when your parents came to visit, there's another part of that story I'm hoping you'll share. That gave them a little hope that you may not be staying in that temple, the same mystic.
Wow, you have a great memory.
And then the second thing I was hoping you would share is, it was Prabhupada's visit to Caracas, that flight, that something really extraordinary.
Yes, yes.
So maybe you can share that.
Sure, definitely. Okay, I will say you can read it in the book. One of the story of the stewardess who came the flight from Mexico. Something amazing happened in that flight. You read it here, okay? The other story is that my parents told me that the psychist who gave them the address of the temple, he said that the ghost told them that he will stay in the temple only for 6 months. So I told them, okay, let's see who's more powerful, your ghost or Krishna. Anyway, after 6 months, I forgot about it, of course. But then the temple president called me to his office and said, tomorrow you live in the temple. I say, why? Did I do something wrong? No, no. I wanted to go to visit other cities and distribute the books and preach there in other cities. With a group of devotees, you will go, that's nice, thank you. So anyway, it did happen, but not the way they expected. Hare Krishna. Haribo. Yes.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed everything you spoke about. Asked a question about everything. Maybe this is probably a trivial question, but you mentioned when you chanted for 6 or 7 hours. That's
Yeah.
really interesting. You said some energy came to you from the picture of Krishna.
Yes, yes.
And then you mentioned you maybe had some sort of out-of-body experience.
That also happened. I don't want to go into much detail of that. But I mean to say it was real for me. It was real and life-changing experience. Life-changing experience. Because after that experience, my mind became very calm and quiet, not for 1 or 2 days, for many months. No thought will come unless I will allow it. Only thinking of Krishna, nothing else was going on every day. I could chant intensely with full attention. Was for me like, I mean, Krishna's definitely Prabhupada's mercy, was that experience changed my life, I had few spiritual experiences in my life as a devotee too, but this is the one that stay with me, for good, because it was real, the chanting. I could intensify the chanting with full attention for 6-7 hours non-stop, and maybe that's coming from my past life, One astrologer told me in my past life I was a yogi born near the Ganges River in India, so maybe I'm continuing from there, So everything's possible, no? So I presented the book in Mexico first, and I'm happy that I can bring it now to the U.S. In LA they have it in the gift shop, in San Diego too. I'm gonna send some books to New York gift shop to, Miami too. So I would like to have you too if you want to. So feel free to approach me any moment and have it. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Did you mention you singing the Damodar prayers or?
Yeah, we should chant the Modara